The West Ham Massive are pleased to support Iron Supporting Food Banks. They are a group of West Ham fans and friends inspired by the work of other football food banks around the country. They collect food and cash donations for a Newham food bank in Beckton, who supplies sub-distribution centres in the borough 7 days a week and hand out several hundred 3-day emergency food packs every month to families in need. They are also working with other groups to improve conditions for vulnerable adults and children in the Newham community. You can help by making a donation to their Just Giving page. You will find the link to this in the description section of the video details in this stream. Thanks for your support. Come on, you Irons.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the West Ham Massive. Thank you for joining me. And as I always ask you to do, little bit of housekeeping. Please don't forget to like, comment on and share this stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit the bell icon for alerts on new content. Don't forget to click all and you'll be given alerts on new content as and when it is added to the channel. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much indeed for your support in this matter. If adult language should offend you, you might want to disappear. But before you do, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. But I'm not going to mind me language. This is my channel. And if I want to say the odd curse word, then that's what's going to happen. So if it offends you, you might want to do one now. We are here. If you're still here watching this, then I'm guessing you're not offended by bad fucking language. UEFA Europa League Group A, match day 5 of 6, TSC back at Topola against our very mighty West Ham United. This is taking place tomorrow at the TSC Arena, a 5:45 kickoff UK time. It's on TNT Sports if anyone's wanting to sort of know where it is. Please also keep an eye on the ticker at the bottom. It will change intermittently with various little snippets of information which you may or may not find to your liking, such as the officials. There they go, scrolling across the bottom. Now, I'm just going to have a quick look in the live chat. Who've we got? Mr. Andy Walsh, hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. Mr. Watson, Mr. Ayres, they're all there. They're all saying hello. Budgie, don't be offended. Don't be offended. To be honest, it's a waste of energy, mate. And nobody cares anyway. So might as well just smile, mate. Might as well just smile. They're all saying hello to everyone. It's all good in the hood. Right. Okay. Let's get down to it. So got my usual little thing that I've knocked up. And to be honest with you, look, I'm not going to bullshit anyone. I am not an expert in Serbian football. I'm not an expert in TSC Bačka Topola. The only thing I really know about Serbian football is back in the day, you had Red Star Belgrade who won the European Cup back in, I think it was 1991. They won it on a penalty shootout. They beat Marseille. They stunk the place out, but they won the trophy. This was obviously before the Champions League was a thing. Obviously, that was before Yugoslavia then fractured, and you then had Serbia, which is obviously where Bačka Topola are from, Croatia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Herzegovina, all of those countries. They're very, very technically gifted. They're very proficient footballers. But look, at the end of the day, we should be going there. We should be taking care of this lot quite handily. Happy's just joined us. Hope you're well. And me cousin Dave as well. Hope you're well, matey. Look, we should be taking care of this lot. Now, having said that, I do remember the preview of the first game that we played against them, and I nearly looked a complete fucking knob. It has to be said, because I was sort of taking the piss out of them a little bit and saying that they sounded like they should have been on the dessert menu of a Turkish restaurant. Now, Lo and behold, what happened? Second half, the scores were locked at 0-0. Angelo Ogbonna dawdling on the ball. He got caught. We conceded a goal. And I've got to be honest, at that point, I was fearing the worst. I was just like, oh my goodness. Going into it with a European trophy that we won the previous season, I think there was a lot of confidence. So when that goal went in, it was like, oh my word. However, having said that, we then managed to turn the game around in no small part to the guy on the thumbnail and the guy that is just behind me there. Mohamed Kudus got a brace. Well, I think one of them might have been chalked off as an own goal. I can't remember. I've got a vague recollection that there was talk about it being one of the goals being an own goal, but whatever. Thomas Souček obviously got the other one, and we ended up winning 3-1. And we've obviously gone on from there, and when we've now sort of like advanced on, we've sort of obviously had a good result against Freiburg that followed that. We obviously got beat away at Olympiacos. We then beat Olympiacos at the London Stadium, and now here we are, match day 5. Now, obviously, we don't have an extensive history against Bačka Topola because the game that we played at London Stadium is the first time that we had played them. So that is it. Our head-to-head against Bačka Topola is that one game which we obviously won by a scoreline of 3-1. So there's probably not much more to say about that in all truth. As far as Bačka Topola is concerned themselves, however, they're doing quite well in the Serbian league last I looked. They went and beat one of the other heavyweights of the Serbian Super League, Partizan Belgrade. They beat them quite handily at the weekend. Right, I'm just going to click that button there. So you've got a new little fact that you can sort of go on. So my thoughts on the opposition this season are really based upon what I can see on the internet, as well as obviously in the first game. They're all right. Let's be completely honest. We should be taking care of them. Their ground is about 4,500 capacity. It's going to be. It's a smaller ground. It's thereabouts. It's about the same size as my local team, Dartford Football Club. To be honest, should they be playing European football? I ask myself. With a ground that size, possibly not. But it is what it is. Just having a little look here. What we got. Sharky's in. Hope you're well, mate. Kerry has a blue scanner everywhere she goes. She's a moderator, mate. You got to be careful. You mind your manners. Mind your P's and Q's. Otherwise, she'll have you out, mate. You got to be careful. Especially these short birds. You know what they're like, mate. Listen, Budgie. I've got. That you're stealing my thunder, mate. You're stealing my thunder. I've got the tickers with this information on, if you please. I don't know. Comes here and giving my secrets away. There you go. Anyway, right. Let's go back to the my little presentation. Now, I'm gonna sort of highlight 2 key players from each team. Now, this player here that I'm going to illustrate is these stats belong to a player that is going to be playing for our very own West Ham United tomorrow, and he's a player that I believe, if David Moyes picks him, and it was always a little bit of a guessing game. Obviously, the games are going to be coming thick and fast. We've got 3 London derbies coming, bang, bang, bang. We've got the game on Sunday against Crystal Palace. We've got the game against Fulham the following week, which I'm very lucky enough I've got 4 tickets for that. I'm so pleased. And then obviously we've got the Tottenham game after that. I think there's then the Wolves game, and then I think we play Man United, Liverpool in the cup, Arsenal. We've got games coming thick and fast. So is David Moyes going to select the player that I'm highlighting? I don't know. But there's some of his stats. His defending stats, as you can see, he's made 7 tackles, 13 ball recoveries, 1 block, 4 clearances attempted. He does have a yellow card. He's committed 5,000. He's suffered 7. So he's a player, and you might guess, you can put guesses in there. You may well be right. You may be wrong. But this is a player that I think West Ham is West Ham's key man if David Moyes selects him, which I think he's fairly likely to. As far as his attacking stats are concerned, and this is where, if you're really paying attention, you might get a clue on who the player is. He's got 3 goals, 2 inside the area, 1 outside the area. He's got 6 attempts at goal with 4 attempts on target, 1 off, and he's been caught offside on one occasion so far. Key stats, he's played 4 matches, 297 minutes played at an average of 74.25 minutes per match. As I said earlier, he's got 3 goals, so it averages at 0.75 goals per match on average, a 73% passing accuracy, 164 passes completed out of 220. His crossing accuracy is 40%, 2 out of 5. He's taken 1 free kick and he's had 275 times in possession. Who am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen? It's none other than the Brazilian Magnifico. There he is, Lucas Paquetá. I believe that if he plays, he is absolutely critical as far as we are concerned, getting a result tomorrow against Bačka Topola. Let's just have a look. Did anyone get it right? Let's have a little wee look. So, no, it was not Danny Ings. It was definitely not Danny Ings, Sharky. Mo Kudus, said Budgie. I'm afraid it was not. It was not. Mark also went for Kudus. None of you got it right. I thought there might have been at least one of you that might have sort of put the pieces of the jigsaw together and worked out that it was, you're too late, Walshy. You're too late. Please don't blame it on an internet connection. But there you go. But that's the guy that I think West Ham will probably need to have on the pitch plying their trade. I think he's going to be the one. He, as you saw from the stats there, he gets involved with tackles, interceptions. He's also someone that can set the ball moving towards goal quickly. He pops up in little positions where he can really do some damage to the opposition. And I think that he's going to be a key player. I hope that David Moyes picks him, but we'll see. That is up to the governor. As I say, we got a busy period coming. So I'm hoping there will be a little bit of rotation, and not just tomorrow, but I hope that David Moyes will rest and rotate players. The problem is I don't actually have any faith that he will do that, because he generally doesn't do that. But there you go. And there you go, Budgie. There's the little fact going across. You blew my cover, but there you go. Okay, right. Now, the player that I suspect will be the Bačka Topola game. Now, you'll have to forgive me. Look, as I said, I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't really know too much. So I've just picked this player at random. But there is a method to my madness, and it will all become clear as to why I've selected this player. So as far as his defending stats are concerned, 3 tackles, 5 ball recoveries, 2 clearances attempted. He's got 1 foul committed and 2 fouls that he has suffered thus far. As far as his attacking stats are concerned, he's got 1 goal. This came from outside the area. This consisted of 2 attempts that he had. Obviously, one of them was on target because he obviously scored a goal. He's also taken 4 corners. We move on. As it says there, he's played 3 matches, 181 minutes played, which equates to a 60.34 minutes per match on average. With 1 goal, he has 0.34 goals on average per match. His passing accuracy is 75%. He's completed 42 out of the 55 passes that he's attempted. He's taken 5 free kicks. He's got a crossing accuracy of 66.67%, 4 out of 6, and he's had 83 times in possession. Why have I picked this guy? Well, he was the guy that scored against us, so that's why I've picked him. Petar Stanic. He was the guy that Ogbonna was dawdling. He was wondering what he was going to have for his tea. Do I have lasagna? Do I have spaghetti? Do I have carbonara? Oh, bollocks. I've been robbed. Fuck. He's just scored. There you go. As far as the stats are concerned, there you are for the group standings. We are currently top. Now, I believe that the game tomorrow will pretty much decide, and obviously if Olympiacos do us a favor, it will decide, providing we win, of where we're going to finish in the group standings. If we win and Freiburg get turned over, then we should be home and hosed, because obviously at that point we would have 12 points, they would have 9. And it's not goal difference that's the separator, it's the head-to-head record. So providing we don't suffer a defeat that's by a greater margin than what Freiburg imparted on us, then we should be okay. And as far as finishing top's concerned, look, as far as our progression in European football, I don't think that that's in any doubt. It's just a question of, are we going to get into the playoff round, or are we going to go straight through into the last 16? Hopefully it's the latter and not the former, but it will all be revealed tomorrow as far as that's concerned. I've already answered that question. I've just clicked that button at random because I can. But that is the player that I think will be key to a positive result. It will be Lucas Paquetá for me. I hope he starts. I believe he will. David Moyes, you know it makes sense. Let's have a little look at the comments. Let's see what you are saying. So, hacked off with Ings up front. Hope he doesn't, mate. I really don't. Fornals has allegedly been caught up in it too. Ooh, naughty. Had to run an errand back now. Did you lot hear Kudus supposedly didn't travel due to illness? Yep, I've heard that. Although, you know, he's there. I included him on the thumbnail. It was too late by the time I heard that little whisper. I'd already done it, so it is what it is. No Mubama either. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. But look, we should still have a strong enough team to take care of this lot. Let's make no mistake about it. Let's get into your starting 11s, guys. Get it in the live chat. I want to know formation. I want to know personnel. What would be your starting lineup if you were David Moyes? Not what you think David Moyes will select. What would you like to see? Now, obviously, we're hearing whispers about certain players that haven't travelled. So if Kudus hasn't travelled, that's a little bit of a fly in the ointment. It is what it is. I don't think that Jared Bowen will be risked. Obviously we know that Antonio's not going to be there, and it's bad news obviously to hear that Mubama's not going to be involved. So you're sort of sitting there going, oh well, fucking hell, it's going to be Danny Ings then, isn't it? You got no bloody choice. So I think it's going to be Fabianski in goal. Right back. Do you know what? I'd like to see Kehrer get a go. I'd like to see Kehrer get a go, but whether I put him at fullback or centre back, I don't know. I think that we need to sort of give Kufal a little bit of a rest. I mean, look, he's the wrong side of 30. He's going to be playing pretty much every game in the Premier League. Maybe he needs to be given the night off. I don't know. I'm torn. Do you know what? I think I would probably go Kehrer at right back. Give him a go. Centre back pairing, I would go with Mavropanos and I'd probably go Aguirre. Left back, I think Emerson. I don't think, do we really need two defensive midfielders against this lot? Probably not. So I'd probably go with Alvarez as a sole defensively minded midfielder. And then I'd probably go with Paquetá, Ward-Prowse. You're probably going to have to go Souček, aren't you? Probably going to have to go Souček. And then who would you play as the striker? It's got to be Danny Ings, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, look, there's all sorts of combinations you could involve. Ben Rama, you could involve, maybe the odd youth player. I don't know. Let's have a look. You might have a better idea than me. You really might. Let's have Cornet's another option. He's just popped into me head. Cornet's another option. Let's have a look at you guys, what you guys are saying. Mind you, Bowen didn't even go to Burnley. Moyes said it looked promising for him to play. Joan says that she thought that Mubama travelled. Saw a photo of him boarding a plane. Ooh, but where was it heading to, Walshy? That's the question. Wolfie's in, still watching the United game, hoping Galatasaray score one more or at least hold them to a draw. I've got no idea what the score is, so I'm guessing that it ain't going too well for the guys from Old Trafford. What a shame. What a shame. Messi and Ronaldo up top. Moyes playing in front too. Yeah, righto. Yeah, you wish. Budgie's gone 4-3-3. Fabianski, Cresswell, Mavropanos, Aguirre, Kehrer, Alvarez, JWP, Souček, Paquetá, Ings, Ben Rama. Like it. You said, what would I like to see? Not what Moyes would do. Listen, you can go with what you want. Like I say, it's what you think what you would like to do. You put in what you want. Big Mavs to score a worldie. He's the new one you drool over, isn't it, Happy? We all keep saying it, but Mbama has to start. Moyes is deluded if he starts Ings. If what I'm hearing is correct, he might actually have no fucking choice, unless of course he wants to start maybe Cornet or Ben Rama or something. 3-3. Oh fucking hell! Wow. Thanks for that, Wolfie. Cheers, mate. Okay. Real possibility that is the team he picks, Budgie. You never know. You never know. 3-3. It was 1-3 earlier. Ooh, sounds like a humdinger. Really does sound like a humdinger, that one. And I'm missing it because I'm talking to you guys, which is nice of me. Right, let's get into it. Score prediction time. Score prediction. Look, I think it's a fairly well-established fact that we don't keep clean sheets. I'm expecting us to concede, but I think that we should have more than enough, even if you guys are saying that we've got this player out, that player out, the other player out. Fundamentally, we should have too much for them. You know, we're European champions, for fuck's sake. Of course we're stronger than them. What have they ever won? They've probably never even won the Serbian first division, have they? So we're definitely better than them. We should be looking to turn this lot over. And I still think they sound like they should be on the dessert menu at a Turkish restaurant. Although they did make me look a bit silly when they scored that goal after I said that statement. So, but hopefully this time, look, I'm quite happy for them to score a goal. But if they're 3-0 down at the moment, the ball hits the back of the net to make it 3-1. Fuck it. I really don't care. So I'm going to go 3-1. I think that we're just going to have too much. I don't think it's going to be a free-flowing performance. I think it's going to be one of those matches that's a little bit attritional, but it's all about getting the job done. If we can get the 3 points tomorrow, then that puts us in good stead for winning the group. Hopefully Olympiacos can do us a favour and we can obviously progress into the last 16. I really want to try and avoid the playoff round because obviously a couple of things. Number one, it's 2 extra games that quite frankly, do we need? No, we do not. And number two is that it will probably be a team that drops down. Well, it won't probably. It will be a team that drops down from the Champions League. And there's a number of teams in there, guys, that quite frankly, when I look at those, I go, ooh, I'd rather not a piece of them, please. Thank you very much, if you don't mind. So, but look, we'll wait and see. What have you got score predictions for me? So let's just have a little wee look. Mabama up top with Benny and Cornet on the wing. Sounds good. How many of our fans have tickets? Yeah, 4,500 capacity. As I say, it was about the same size as Dartford's ground. Happy's gone. Cornet right wing, Benny left wing, Pack central, Mabama at start up top. Not too fussed about the rest of this one. Fair enough. We shall wait and see. Sharky reckons it will be a 3-0 at the Cockney boys. That's not too bad. And Happy says we got 320 tickets. Isn't that a shame? Mark says 2-0, Pac-Man and JWP. Wolfie says, I hope Moyes lets Kudus attack rather than making him play as a right wing back. Listen, David Moyes, all things are possible, mate. You just don't know what he's going to do. Happy says, I'm hoping the fans all come back safe. A few mates are out there and at the bars and quite a few extra fans and seats. And Budgie comes in. He says 4-0. Cool, he's confident. He is confident. Is that your dog, mate? Hang on, who's he talking to? Oh, you talking to Wolf? I'm guessing you're talking to Wolf. I'm sorry to hear that, Wolfie. I'm sorry to hear that. We lost our dog, Bubbles, just nearly a year ago now. We've got another dog, and she's beautiful, but yeah, still miss my Bubbles. 2-1, Wally. Hope you're well, mate. Says 2-1 West Ham. Joan says, Budgie, I predicted that score against Burnley. I've retired. 2-0 away when says Walshy. It's a killer. Yeah, it is. It is. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And again, my condolences to you, Wolfie. I do completely empathise with how you feel because, as I say, went through pretty much the same thing. It's horrible situation, mate. That's me. I mean, like I say, I've waffled on for over 25 minutes about a team that, quite frankly, as I said at the beginning, I know fuck all about. I've only ever really watched them for that first game. So this was just a little bit of a sort of put it together, see if it works. I hope you liked my little presentation. I hope you found it mildly informative. And I hope you found this reasonably entertaining. And as I always say, guys, please don't forget to like, comment on, and share this stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit the bell icon for alerts on new content. And don't forget to click all, and you will be notified of any new content, as I say, on the channel. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much indeed for your support in this particular matter. Please also don't forget to give your full support to the Iron Supporting Food Banks charity. We will see you for the review of the Bačka Topola game, which I anticipate will be on Friday. Come on, you Irons, stay safe. 3 points, and they still sound like they should be on the dessert menu of a fucking Turkish restaurant.
The West Ham Massive are pleased to support Iron Supporting Food Banks. They are a group of West Ham fans and friends inspired by the work of other football food banks around the country. They collect food and cash donations for a Newham food bank in Beckton, who supplies sub-distribution centres in the borough 7 days a week and hand out several hundred 3-day emergency food packs every month to families in need. They are also working with other groups to improve conditions for vulnerable adults and children in the Newham community. You can help by making a donation to their Just Giving page. You will find the link to this in the description section of the video details in this stream. Thanks for your support. Come on, you Irons.
Massive, everywhere we go.